In previous video, we talked about how mages are really great and we introduced the class overall. In today's video, we are going to focus on one branch of mages you can go, and those are DPS mages. Hello Tigers and welcome, my name is Tyrios and today we are going to talk about the best hero combinations for mages for DPS. So mages are one of the most fun to play, one of the easiest and one of the most accessible classes in the game. In this video we are mainly going to talk about the combinations which unleash the biggest damage. However, you can play mages as supports as well, and that I will leave for another video. In this video, we are going to mainly talk about the guide I created. I will show it right now in the screen, and we will return back every time we talk about the different combination of heroes. So if you really like this guide, screenshot it, or I can put it somewhere if you really want it. And yeah, let's start with the first combination. So now on the screen you can see the first page of my cheat sheet, and the first pair of heroes you can see is Liliya and Velyn, and I think Liliya and Velyn is the best combination of heroes for mages there is right now. And let's talk about this. Let's talk about this pair for now. I would go with first primary hero. I would go with Liliya. It's pretty easy to get Liliya if you're a spender. You just buy the VIP chest in Honorary Membership Store. So you can max her pretty much quickly in start of the season if your VIP level is 9. And even as free-to-play player or low spender, everyone should aim for the VIP 8 to unlock the second research queue. So I think that getting Liliya when you're spender is no problem. So you awaken Liliya. Why is Liliya so good, and why is she really good with Welyn? Her first skills, her first skill targets 2 legions. When you awaken her, she targets 3 legion. She deals 1200 damage, and she has 50% chance to apply Scorch, which deals 200 per second, so that's 1000 extra. And she also applies debuff because Scorch is debuff, which can be useful for some artifacts, for some combinations as well. And also she can put these scorches on enemies by normal attacking, so that's really great as well. So she's pretty much bursting AoEs to the battlefield, to the enemies, so that's why I think she's maybe probably the best legendary hero there is for open field, because she is just simply really strong in terms of playing open field, because she can damage multiple legions. And really the Scorch, she can Scorch pretty much everyone, so that's really great. She also amplifies the magic unit attack bonus and magic unit HP, which increase her survivability. And she's really great with this skill as well, because you can use her, for example, for Caravan event, where you need to kill a lot of Darklings in short time, so you have this damage increased as well. Let's look at the talents. For me, the best talents for her and for a lot of mage heroes are skills first, finish it, and then going magic. Here I'm missing 2 points. I'm missing this point, and I'm missing another 1 point, I think, because my Liliya is only level 58. So let's look at the talents, and I'm going to explain this talent tree for now, and I will not come back for another heroes, because a lot of heroes use this talent tree because it's just simply really great. The advantage of this talent is really fast rage generation, as well as damage, as well as increasing even more enemies with your AoEs. So let's look at it. You got attack, that's easy. You get hero skill damage, and mages are all about the skill damage, so you should always aim for the hero skill damage, not for normal attack damage or counter attack, because with mages, as I told you in last video, you don't want to get hit. You want to space right, you want to hit from the distance, so it's always about the damage when we're talking about DPS mages. When we talk about support mages, I'm going to talk about it in a different video, but for now let's talk about the damage mages. So another skill damage, that's really great. Here you have 10% chance to get 50 rage with normal attack, so rage generation, we want to cast the spell as fast as possible, so that's no brainer. Here as well, casting rage skill, another 20 rage, so that's really great as well. There is, you deal less normal attack damage, but you deal more hero skill damage, so we want only skill damage, so that's nice. Here we amplify the skill damage by increasing hero crit rate, hero skill damage crit rate, I think, yeah, and then hero skill crit damage, so increasing even more damage of the skills. And for the last talent, you should go Thirst of For Blood, because on top of your rage skill, you deal additional 60 damage, which is really great as well. The second branch should be magic, because peacekeeping, we don't want peacekeeping in PvP, so you should go magic. And here you go HP, then you go again rage generation, so when you cast rage skill, you have 25% chance to gain 75 rage. That's really, really great. Here we go for more skill damage, and here I would actually, with Liliya and Velyn, that's the combination we're talking now, I would go energy boost, because you have 8% chance, which is not the greatest, but there is a chance to add additional targets to a rage skill. So, to rage skills that attack multiple targets. So, that's, for example, the Flames of Vengeance, and that's also the Velyn's first skill, Frozen Star, because it attacks 3 targets. So I think these talents are simply the best. I looked up at different talents, like going first with magic, but I think it's better to go skills and then like half of the magic. Simply, I think that works the best. Another hero in this combination is Velyn, and I would put Velyn as secondary, and the reason is the talents, because Velyn has control tree, which is really great supportive tree. But for DPS, I would say it's better to go skills and magic. So that's why I would put Velyn secondary. Velyn is really great for spenders as well, because at the start of the season, Velyn is first character in daily deals, so you pretty much can, I don't know if you can max him that easily, but you get a lot of shards of Velyn, and you can eventually max him because you can get him also from the chests. His first skill deals damage to 3 legions and inflict freeze that reduce march speed. And maybe the nerf for him is that each additional target reduces damage of each target, which is not the greatest, but I mean, still 1200 damage is really great. Here he amplifies again hero skill damage, which is really nice, and march speed, which makes him more like mobile, and you can like really dodge kite a little bit better. Here you gain hero skill crit rate, which we applied in our talents as well, and defense, which I don't like the defense as much, but you increase survivability a little bit, so that can be nice as well. When you are in battle, you have 20% chance to inflict magic death break and freeze on the target, which reduce the magic defense and march speed, so which is really great. So you even increase the damage by reducing the magic defense. And the last thing is the awakening skill is when you cast rage skill on target that is frozen, you deal additional damage. So when your target is frozen, you by this skill or by this skill, you deal additional damage. So that's pretty much simple. So in my opinion, this combination for spenders is the best combination, and if you really want maximum damage from mages, you should awaken Velyn, you should awaken Liliya, you should use the best artifacts, which I'm going to talk in next video. And yeah, this combination, there is nothing better, I think, than this combination. But some of you might argue with me and say, hey Tyrios, what about Liliya and our spender hero Hossk? Yeah, so I think for spenders, Liliya Hossk is another pairing you can go when you are spender. I'm going to show you quickly the screen. You can look at here. You see there is the same artifacts, same talents as for a combination with Velyn. But for Hossk, there is a little bit different story in his skills. Let's look at his skills. So Hossk, when you cast Rage skill, you gain Keen, Vigor, and Rampage. So that means he actually get these buffs after Liliya is casting her skill. So that's why that's not the greatest, because I think you want this, then you want this buff, then let Liliya cast. So I mean, it's really great. I think you amplify the damage from the scorches, and you amplify probably the next rage skill because it's for 5 seconds. So I think you can roll it properly, so you can like amplify the next rage skill. So that could be good. Increasing attack, increasing damage dealt. That's really nice. That's overall really nice. That's why I think Hossk is pretty much filler hero for like every legendary there could be. The second is only rally, so we don't care about that really much now. The first skill is increasing the normal attack damage when Hossk is deputy. As I told you, I don't like this for mages because mages are not about the normal attacks. Mages are only about the hero skills. So that's why I don't like this for Hossk particularly. I would like this more with some physical damage heroes, for example with archers. This skill is why I would might consider going with Liliya Hossk, because you increase your legion capacity by 1500 with 15,000. I'm sorry. So that's really great because you add more magic units to your legion and you deal simply more damage. That's why I think this could work as well, and I would need to see the data. But yeah, this is mainly the skill. Why are we considering Hossk for the pairing, and why is Hossk so versatile with like any hero? Because you just increase your stats and you just increase your legion capacity. And when you awaken Hossk, so when you're a spender, you probably will awaken Hossk as well. You receive when you receive buff effect, your normal attack crit rate is increased and your counter attack crit rate is increased. Also, I don't like this for mages because you don't want to get hit and you don't want to amplify your normal attacks. You want to keep range and you want to deal damage with your rage skills. So I think the Hossk could be a really great combination as well. I would like to see some data on that, but if I could choose between Hossk and Velyn as the best pairing for spenders, I would go Velyn for sure. Let's move to low spenders now, and for that reason I'm going to pop up my picture again here, so you can look that another pairing in the picture is actually Waldyr and Liliya. So Waldyr is actually one of the best epic heroes in the game, I would say, and Waldyr is really easy to get, really easy to awaken because he's part of the League of Order starting hero, so you get a lot of shards of him. Yeah, this is me just getting him from the chests, pretty much. I got the starting faction of elves, so I got Awakened Gwenwyn, but this is the state of Waldyr without any... I spent like 10 shards on him, so he's really okay to get. Also, he's really easy to awaken. And now I'm going to tell you why he is, for me, for in my opinion, why is he the best low spender mage hero there is. Because you can easily max him, he got good talents, and he is greatly pairable with Liliya. Because when you're low spending, I think you aim for some state of Liliya like me that you can buy for like 15 bucks. You can buy Liliya like this. I think I spent maybe 15, 20 bucks. So yeah, you first on Liliya, you first max her first skill, then upgrade the other stars, other three, because you don't want the points to be in the Darklings and Dark Reaches. Then you try your luck, and I was lucky that I got 2 points in this skill. So pretty much this Liliya is okay to use. I think she is better in PvP than, for example, Atheus pairing with Waldyr, or maybe Alvin when we talk DPS, because Alvin, I think Alvin is great, but I think I'm seeing Alvin somewhere else, and he's not really like cooperating with Voldir. Yeah, in some things, yeah, but in DPS, I wouldn't think so. So that's why I really like Voldir and Liliya as the low spender combination, and that's why I'm using it. The first skill of Waldyr targets 3 legions. When you awaken him, he targets 4 legions. That's insane. Like you target 4 legions for damage 700, and you inflict gloom and freeze, reducing the attack by 20% and march speed by 20%. So you reduce attack to 4 legions. That's insanely good, and it's really usable as support as well. And I'm going to talk about that matter again in another video. So in that case, he can be usable with Alvin, for example, but he is really great as DPS as well. Here he got passives for attack and HP for mages. Here, again, increasing the hero skill damage. That's really awesome with Liliya. And last skill is just protection, like survivability. You get like this shield for us for 600. Yeah, I'm sorry. And yeah, he's easy to awaken. We talked about Liliya. Now we are not maxing it, but we are still having the not 30% but 10% probability to scourge the enemies. We still have this maxed, and we still got some passive buffs. But you can be, I don't know. I think this is lucky to get like points in this, because this is really great. But this one could be great as well. Another 10% chance to increase the scorches. And this one is certain. Yeah, and I'm lucky that I didn't get any points in this, because kind of when you want PvP and when you want really maximum from it, like I did, like from the least money you can get, I think this is awesome. For talents, it's pretty much simple. You can see on the guide, It's same. It's against skills, against magic. I just think that there is nothing better. I don't think that PvP is that great. I don't think that maxing magic. Someone could argue. I think we will talk about this tree as well. But I mean, I think that Waldyr, Liliya like this is really good. Let's talk about free-to-play alternatives. Now, when you're playing free-to-play, you have zero access to Liliya because when you consider yourself free-to-play, we consider that you never spent anything on the game, so you can't get Liliya. So we have to count on another heroes. So we going with Waldyr. That's no discussion. Waldyr, the best mage hero, the best, I think, not the best mage hero, but really great epic hero, one of the best epic heroes. And who do we pair him with? The best option for free-to-play players is going to be Velyn. And you can get Velyn into pretty much doable state, like pretty much playable state, when you max his first skill, like I did, and then upgrade his other skills, and then make him, as we name it, 5111. So in that state, Velyn is pretty much great. And the combination of Waldyr and Velyn is pretty good. When you awaken Waldyr, you inflict freezes. You inflict freezes with Velyn as well on his Q, so you permanently lower the mark speed of your enemies, as well as glooms that reduce attacks. And again, awakening of Velyn kinda actually benefits from freezes, but I don't think that matters like with combination of Waldyr because I made some maths and I don't think that you can cast the rage skill soon enough to proc the freeze from the Waldyr's skill. So I think you are pretty much dependent on this skill when you want to proc Awakening, but I think that could need some testing. I only did the testing when I tried to kill Darklings with these two, and you can see I casted the first skill on Waldyr, then I casted the skill on Velyn, and then there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds between them. So you would have to be really lucky to proc all the rage generation skills. But yeah, this combination is pretty much the best combination when you want to play mages as free-to-play hero, when you want to play DPS. We are going to play about support later in another video. I'm talking about the supports all the time. I think that for free-to-play players, it's the best thing to go, but we can talk about it later. So if you want to go DPS, I think it's best to go Waldyr and best to go Velyn. Another free-to-play combination could be then Waldyr with, for example, Alvin, but you can use also Alvin, you can use Atheus, but I think you should aim for Velyn and make him 5111 and pair him with Waldyr. That's going to be the best of the best. And Alvin is usable pretty much not really in DPS. You can use him as DPS as well, but I really like him more as a debuffer and combined with damage as well, but I will show in another video why I really like Alvin in different circumstances. And the last thing, we are going to talk about hero pairings with mages. I'm going to show you this screen again, and we are going to talk about the Flying Celestials. And Flying Celestials, again, in my opinion, would be really great supports. And for me, the best support combination would be Theia primary with Atheus secondary. But in this video, we are talking DPS, so I really want to show you which DPS I think is the best one. So there is no brainer that you want to use Atheus and Theia for mages, because both are magic units and they can be flying with the flying units. So there is nothing better for them simply. You can't use another flyers like Craig because he's physical, so you have only this option. Maybe in Season 1. Maybe in Season 1 Plus there is Freygar, Syndrian, but they are both physical damage, so I think you have still only this option. For DPS, I would go primary Atheus because Theia's talents are mostly about the supporting. But Atheus got some great talents for PvP as well. I will show you the talent tree I would go for him here. I preset it here. So I would, because he doesn't have skills tree, but he has magic and mobility and PvP. And as I told you, I don't like PvP, so I went for full magic. I went for this skill, the Magic Maelstrom, because energy boost kinda useless because you don't have any skills that deal damage to multiple targets. So I went with this skill. And with the last skill, I went to Iconoclasm, and you can read it up yourself. I think it's really great. You increase hero skill damage, so that's nice. If you look at the other talents, I went for infantry counter tactics. It's really great because you deal bigger damage to infantry units, and you usually want to crack the front line. And then I went for bigger shield for Theia because Theia's first skill is doing shield. Then you can see dealing bigger damage when the enemy units are less than 50%. And this is just, again, the rate generation, and this is hero skill damage. We talked about it earlier. So I think, and the secondary branch I went for Atheus is actually here, and it's the mobility one. And I like it more than PvP because of this skill, because when you enter battle, you have increased attack by 10% and it decays for like 10 seconds. What you can do maybe is, I don't think this one is good, but maybe you can like think about going PvP talents. This one is when you launch counter attack in field, you have 10% chance to reduce all damage taken. I think with DPS mages, you don't really want to take damage, so I don't like it. And maybe for every 10 seconds you increase the attack by 1%, so, or damage by 1%. So maybe Army of Valor could be great as well. I think you can choose between this and this, because this one is for longer fights, this one is for shorter fights. That's for sure. And here you have High Spirits. Maybe here with High Spirits that's better than, or you have more skill damage than here. I think this one is for sure faster. You are faster in field, so that's really great as well. And here you deal more damage. And that's it for today's video. If you really liked the video, feel free to like and feel free to subscribe. If you have any questions, write them down in the comments. And the next video is going to be about how you can play mages as support. I will show you the combinations for supporting mages. And the last video about mages are going to be artifacts, so stay tuned. If you are really liking my video, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.